Hello, everybody. It's Amber with Lifepro. Super excited to be here with all of you today. It's an amazing Friday, right? Going into Labor Day weekend, an amazing time to just relax, get recharged for having a few days off. Maybe some of you have more than a few days off. Some of you might not have any. But we are going to de-stress, which makes us age younger. It allows us to restore, to repair, to regenerate, and truly just to kind of push the reset reboot button. So today, I'm going to take you through a couple of different programs. I started this series earlier this week. You got me 3 days in a row this week, which is, it's been a while since we've done those. And I love being here with all of you 3 days in a row. So if you are listening in, make sure and share with me in the comment section if you have any questions about what we are doing in these different programs, or if you are struggling somewhere, or if you just want to say hi and let us know how Lifepro is making a difference in your life. I would love to hear from all of you. So today is about using vibration, which is a mechanical stimulant outside to in for a global total body restoration experience. The vibration platforms are responsible for generating up to 90% of our muscle fibers to have a little party and get moving again after they might not have been working the way they're supposed to work. So it ignites and kind of talks to our muscle fibers as a reaction to an action. So laws of motion state that there is an equal and opposite reaction for every action, and vibration plates behind me are a stimulant to getting our muscles to fire when they're sleeping and they don't want to work. So if you're struggling with getting things moving again, whether it's your pelvic floor, especially ladies, if you've had a C-section, if you've had a hysterectomy, if you've got urinary incontinence, if you've got chronic constipation, some of those wonderful things that we as ladies have to deal with, hormonally driven a lot of times, or trauma driven if we've had surgeries, our brain shuts down the highway to get things from activating and firing again until we figure out a way to resend that signal and we get the information to that area. Easier said than done, but with vibration plates, it's immediate. So these programs that I'm sharing with you this week is not about going hard. It's not about sweating and getting ripped and trying to lose weight. It is more about just getting things to work again like they're supposed to. Because when our body is not working mechanically sound, our cellular network is not happy, then we start to age faster. I'm 47 years old today, and I feel like I'm living in my 30s all over again because of these little biohacks that we can use to kind of reset our system. Because as we get older, our brain starts to do things a little different, and it doesn't do some of the things that we really want it to do, that we need it to do. And so we have these different opportunities, our different devices, technology, science that allows us to ignite certain processes to happen within the brain and get that information to the rest of our body so that we feel good as the years and the days continue to move forward. So today I'm going to teach you 3 10-minute programs, and I've got 2 different devices behind me. I don't care what kind of platform you have, or I'm going to use this term interchangeably. So if you hear Debbie, Roseanne, and myself talking about vibration plates, vibration platforms, vibing, it's all the same, okay? And so today I've got my all-time favorite vibration plate, which is the Rumble X Plus. 3 motors, 4 dimensions of stimulation. Wrong side. It is that plate right there with the little circles on top of it. And for those of you who have a smaller platform, plate, whatever you want to call it, I've got our new Vibra Voice, which is a voice control activated platform. It is a little different from the Rumble X in that the vibration is up and down. We call it vertical, up and down. And the Rumble X Plus has 3 different types of vibration. So it, like a teeter-tottering, we call that oscillation. We've got lateral, which is like sliding back and forth across the table. And we've got pulsation, which is a vibration that almost like tickles through your feet, but the machine doesn't really move much. When you combine each motor, or the more motors that you have, the more stimulation you have over our total body cellular network. The happier that our entire body cellular network is, the happier it is, the healthier we are. Our disease tissues that are not at ease are distressed, diseased. Our tissues that are not happy are made up of all those cells that we're trying to excite. And so if we are able to change how the cells are regenerating, how they're continuing to replicate, how they're continuing to work together, that's what makes up our tissues. And when our tissues are happy and mobile and lubricated and moving like Jello jiggly, then our body actually feels really, really good because we are meant to move. But a lot of us are not moving as much as we should. So today is about getting you moving, gentle movements, because the research is showing, I went to the International Fascia Congress, been on my calendar for 2 years, went to that for a week, 2 weeks ago, 50 hours of the best, most cutting edge clinical science and research exposed and shared. 50 hours of that in 5 days is what I just went through 2 weeks ago. So I am on top of the game, and Lifepro is ahead of the curve because we are trying to give you resources at home that you can use without having to see a therapist, a doctor, or a healthcare practitioner to being able to take care of yourself. We at Lifepro want to encourage you and want to enable you and motivate you to knowing the information, having the facts, having the data, and having not our opinions, but true facts and true experience and our expertise in order to take care of yourself. Because if you can take care of yourself and you know what's best for you each and every day, then you can live your best life without stressing over what pill you have to take, what procedure you have to have done, if you can even get into the appointment. And you don't only get to see a therapist or a doctor once or twice or however often you get to see them, but what you do when you're not with them is truly within your control. And at Lifepro, we're trying to provide you with the education and the cutting edge, world-class information that is updated day to day, week to week, so that you can truly get the best out of your life each and every day on your terms, under your control. So today is about just getting things flowing. And the research is showing it doesn't matter how hard you work out. If you are in your 50s and you're trying to get that heart rate jacked up into that 80 percentile heart rate range, that max heart rate, if you're trying to get it up there because you think it's going to blow more calories and you're going to lose more fat and you're going to feel better, then the trouble is that it's actually creating more inflammation. What we do know is the older we get, the more cardiovascular exercise that we do all at once, the more stress hormones go up, which shuts the healing hormones off and our happy hormones off. We're in a constant state of go, fight or flight, which means we are trying to survive, escape the lion trying to eat us, as they say. And our body is not meant to go all the time. So you don't have to work out harder. You just have to work out smarter. And that's why we're here to give you the smarts so that you can work out and get what you want. So today I'm showing you some different strategies in 3 10-minute programs. All are going to be preset programs. On the Rumble X Plus, doesn't matter if you have the Rumble X Pro, Plus, 40, Max. Actually, the Max does matter because it has 16 preset programs. If you're using the Rumble X Max, go with program 14, 15, or 16. One of those three, I don't care. That incorporates all 3 motors at a higher level of intensity, which means you don't have to work as hard. And if you are using the Rumble X Pro, 40, or the Plus, I love the P2 program. If you are manually setting your Rumble X and trying to get all 3 motors running at the same time, jacked up as high speed as you can get it, your body is going to get used to that in the first 3 to 5 minutes, and then it's no longer going to make adjustments. When we get used to stuff is when our body gets comfortable. And when our body is comfortable, it is no longer transforming and overcoming resistance to get better, stronger, happier. So let's make sure that we are choosing programs that are variable so that we are tricking and teasing all those little happy cells, throwing them a little party so that they don't get bored with the same old music, with the same old stuff, and they will continue to adapt, adjust, and transform for the greater. So P2 is my favorite for the Rumble X series. If you have the Turbo, the Hovert, trying to think, what am I missing? I'm missing one. Yeah, those are the 2 that have the 2 motors. If you have one of those, choose a higher preset program. So if you've got a total of 6 or 8 preset programs, go with the highest that you have on that because it's going to take you up at a higher level and a higher variability so that you can get the most vibration out of that. And if you have one of our single motor units like the Waver, The rhythm is another. Just choose one of those that feels best for you, because you're going to get the oscillation. All of our single motor units are more oscillating. And so we want you to shake up the junk in the trunk, because when we shake up the junk in the trunk, it like mobilizes. And when we are when we are moving, it is medicinal. So movement is medicine. Motion is lotion. So we go from being all sticky and glued and stiff to flowy and just feeling really good. It's like starting an engine in a cold winter. Like, you got to let it run for a little bit, let those parts lubricate a little bit, and then it'll just take off. But if you start it up cold, and if it's been sitting for a couple of years, it is not going to want to do what you want it to do. So we got to keep things flowing. Our pelvis, I'm going to be teaching in our lower body. I'm going to teach some stuff with our pelvis. Yes, we all have one of these. You'd be surprised how many times I get this question that, oh my gosh, I actually look like that beneath the surface. Yes, we all do. Our pelvis, our hip joints are very mobile, but sometimes we can be too sloppy. So we want to make sure that we're getting these butt muscles working better, because the butt muscles is what stabilizes and supports this and allows you to walk, right, and run, and it allows you to tilt so that you can lean back and sit up and drive the way you're doing. But whatever's going on here changes what's going on up here. So if you've got neck shoulder pain, it's a good probability that there's something going on with your hips. Our hips connect with our feet through our knees. So if you have knee pain, it is typically not a knee problem. It is usually a hip stiffness problem or a foot ankle problem. Okay. So today I'm going to help you learn how to get those hips moving. Today I've got my shirt tucked in so that you can see my hips in a little more detail. Other than with me wearing my shirt untucked, you'll be able to see my hips in different positions. And the older that you get, the stiffer these get. And so if we have pain in our back here, usually that pain is happening because this joint in here, our SI joints, are not very happy. And so if we can open up those joints a little bit and get a little bit of fluid in there to lubricate, then things just get better. So if you have an Amber squishy ball, if you watched my videos in the past, I refer to this as the Amber squishy ball. You can get this on Amazon. It is Pro Body Pilates. You can get it it's a 9-inch Pilates bar, B-A-R-E ball. You can get this for like $9, and you can pick it whatever color you want. Pick 2 or 3, I don't care. But have fun with your Amber squishy ball. But we are going to do some exercises where we're involving squeezing a squishy ball. If you don't have a squishy ball, get yourself a bath towel or a beach towel, roll it up like a log, and you can squeeze that between your legs. Because what we want to do is we want to get these muscles working better, which opens up these so that this is happy and flowing, okay? So get your squishy ball. And if you have your mini loop bands, we're gonna do some very basic exercises with our mini loop bands. If you happen to have the hip circles, the booty bands that go on around your thighs, might throw in some of those today. And if you don't like being on your hands and knees, these are little knee and hand pads used for Pilates, yoga, and push-ups. You can actually put these on your hardwood floor or hard surface floor, and it supports your knees so that you don't have that like hard object right here, which doesn't feel very good on your knees. My other platform, the Vibra Voice, just came out this last week. It's a lot smaller. So I'm going to do some very specific exercises for those of you that have the Waver Mini, or one of our smaller devices. I'm going to show you how to do some very special exercises on there where you're stabilized and you're balanced. Whether you want to be sitting or standing is totally up to you, because you can do it all. And I think those are the main things. What research is showing is that you don't have to do a lot of muscle shortening exercises. We call that concentric exercise. You're going to get faster, stronger in the long haul, most effectively with less effort by doing what we call isometric holds and eccentric loading. Eccentric loading means we are lengthening and strengthening, and isometric holds means we are firing the muscles, but we're not shortening or lengthening. This is where the squishy ball comes in, because if we're squishing the ball, the vibration is going through the ball because my hands are in contact with it. So it's creating an extra circuit, which ignites more muscles to start working. And if I'm squishing the ball, but I'm not really moving my hands, I'm not like pressing or pulsing, but I'm holding this, muscles are firing. And research showed us 2 weeks ago that you can do isometric holds for 10 to 15 minutes and it is more productive in defining or developing muscle hypertrophy, creating an increase in muscle strength, or developing resistance in the resistance training world. So if you're wanting to get your body stronger, if you're wanting to try and develop stronger muscles or bigger muscles, if you do isometric holds for 15 to 30 seconds at a time, and you're switching those up over a period of 10 to 15 minutes, it is more effective than doing a lot of shortening exercises, multi-joint or independent exercises, because if we're shortening the muscles and we're already short, we're just closing off our joints from being able to become liquefied fluid, rich, lubricated. And so if we're just creating a muscle contraction, which the machine does that for you, believe it or not, but if we can create extra circuits and flow energies of how that energy flows through different patterns, then you actually are going to get more bang out of your time and less effort, which is what I'm all about. Like, work harder, not smarter, or work smarter, not harder. I got that backwards, right? Just too much going on through this head of mine. So we are going to get started right now. But again, I'm going to do workouts on both the Rumble X Plus and the Vibra Voice. I'm going to get us started just loosening up. Breathing is really powerful. Learned that a lot a couple of weeks ago. I actually changed my entire spinal alignment just by using squishy balls and breathing for 10, 15 minutes. My tongue actually got longer. And if you don't understand this, the entire body is intricately connected as one moving unit. Like, you can't separate your tongue from your abs, from your groin, from your back. Everything is interconnected, but wherever you're stuck, wherever you're glued, wherever you're stiff, it causes a compensational pattern or pulling from other parts of your body which are otherwise happy, which creates more problems. So look forward to another series of episodes in which I'm teaching you how to stay in one position and breathing properly, because if you're not breathing properly, and if you are working out hard doing resistance training or cardio, you are absolutely destroying some of the progress that you potentially have if you actually understood how to breathe. So I want you to go through this exercise really quick with me. And I'm going to close my eyes because I always do better breathing with my eyes closed. But I just want you to breathe in. This is really important. You got to breathe in through the nose, because there are little hairs, little fibers in our nose that actually filter and cleanse the air that we're bringing into our body before it goes into becoming oxygenated and then being sent off through to the rest of our body. And we have to be able to blow out twice as much time as we breathe in. One of the biggest problems with our shoulders and our hips and our back is how much air that we are holding into our lungs. And so if we are breathing because of reactions, right? Or, right? And so if we're breathing in way more air through here than we can breathe in through here, and we're not blowing out the same amount of air that we're breathing in or more, then that extra conversion, which is CO2, gets stuck in our lungs, changes our rib alignment, which connects to your spine. So you can actually have back pain because of bad breathing and too much air in your body. So I'm going to teach you really quick. This is a very hard thing to learn really fast. So I'm going to teach you the idea, and then I want you to practice this on your time and continue to incorporate it into your exercise moments with me, because we do know that deep breathing, or what we call diaphragmatic breathing. Did you know you have 5 diaphragms? You actually have 5 diaphragms. I learned that 2 weeks ago. I thought we had like 1. We actually have 5. When we breathe properly through our different zones of diaphragms, our stress hormones become reduced, anxiety and depression go down, happy comes up, and healing gets better, because those little cells have to have oxygen in order to continue to work. And when we have more CO2 toxins in our system, oxidative stress in our system, body can't heal itself. So breathing is so much more powerful than you can imagine. So let's go through this really quick. We're going to breathe in through the nose for 4 counts. And then we're going to blow out as long as we possibly can. If you can blow out for 4, if you can blow out for 8, if you can blow out for 10, I don't care. We're going to have a blow contest. So I want you to breathe in through your nose, and when you blow out as long as you possibly can, I want you to imagine that you are blowing out through a really chubby straw that you get with your smoothie. So like my little straw here is not so little, but if you get like a soda straw at your local fast food joint, It is like a lot skinnier, a lot smaller than this. This is a big chubby smoothie like type straw that you can bring like smoothies and shakes through. I want you to imagine that you have this in your mouth. Okay, let's do this. So breathe in, blow out. And I want you to control how much air goes out, pacing it, not, but I want you to go nice and easy as long as you can, and relax and enjoy it, because we're going to do the same thing when we're working out, but it is going to change how your body processes its energy and how it relaxes, how it restores, and how you get stronger. Breathing is strength. So you want to learn how to breathe better, because if you want to get stronger, then if you're breathing better, you can do it in half the time with half the effort. So game on for that, right? So let's breathe. Breathe in, blow. Breathe in, blow. And we just keep on doing that. And if you think you're out of air, keep blowing. You want to win the blow contest. So keep blowing, and you're almost gonna be like, right? And then you breathe in through the nose, nice and easy. Blow. Now, one other thing I want you to think about when you are breathing in, if you put hand on chest or heart, other hand on tummy. When you breathe in, I want your tummy to get really, really big, and I don't want this hand to move as much, because when we breathe in, most people are breathing like this, right? This hand is not moving a whole lot. This hand is moving a lot, as is this, okay? So I want you to breathe in through your tummy and blow out. Breathe in, blow out. Okay, I want you to give that a try. If you can't figure it out, then do it when you're not watching me and not when you're on the machine, and lay down on your back in your bed, on your couch, and just close everything off and just practice this. You will be shocked at how much tension goes away, how much relaxation sets in, and how freeing and clear your mind gets. It's awesome. If you have anxiety, if you have depression, breathing will reduce it, like immediately. Also controls the vagus nerve, which controls everything. So here we go. I'm going to start with just some calming stuff. And again, I'm continuing to see comments coming in, which I love seeing all you guys today. So happy to see you. It's so good to be back. All right. So let's talk about pelvic tilt. Okay, so I got my stripies on, got my shirt tucked in so you can see the white. Okay, most of us are standing, if I had to guess, what I see in my office every day, because I specialize in pain relief, is everybody stands with their legs locked out. Okay, so we stand legs locked out. When you stand with your legs locked out, you tend to be more looking like this. Now, this doesn't look all that bad to all of you, but what's happening is the SI joint in your spine is getting jammed into a traffic jam. Okay, so if we are locking knees out, so relaxed, locked out, relaxed, locked out. So if you can see my legs are locked out, okay? And if your legs are locked out, your knee is going to have a lot of wrinkly, pudgy skin on top. Lots of wrinkles. Like, it makes your knees look a lot worse when your knees are locked out. So don't do that, okay? Knees are locked out, and usually the pelvis will tilt inward and shoulders will drop forward. So you'll be walking around like this, okay? Otherwise, some people will walk around like this with booty way back. We don't want that. We want our hips to be like a bowl of water, okay? If our knees are locked out and we're losing our water through our belly button, okay? And we definitely don't want to lose water through our butt crack. So we want to keep our bowl of water level, okay? So imagine, I want you to close your eyes and imagine your hips, your pelvic girdle, our handy dandy pelvic girdle here. I want you to imagine like it is a bowl of water. And if it is tilted forward, you're losing out of your belly. And if it's tilted back, you're losing out of your butt crack, okay? We want to keep our bowl of water level when we're starting, which means our knees have to be unlocked. You do not want to lock your knees out on any of the vibe plates, okay? So make sure that you're keeping your knees soft. From there, what I want you to do is we're going to have a little hip circle fun here, because our body loves spirals and circles. So I want you to keep those knees soft. I want you to tilt forward, tilt back. We're going back and forth. Okay, so this is posterior back. This is going forward, going back, going forward. Keeping our knees nice and soft. This motion is just happening with our pelvis. Okay, just pelvis. So I just want you to ease back and forth. See how much movement you can get going from each direction. Okay, so what it looks like from the front. Forward, back, forward, back. So when you're tilting back, you're going to feel like your ribs and your tummy are meeting together. When you're tilting your hips forward, you're going to feel like your low back is being jammed up in your shoulder blades. Okay, we got to be somewhere in the middle. Happy medium. Now, the other one is we're going to bring hip to the armpit. So hip to armpit, hip to armpit. Okay, just want you to move your hips side to side. Okay, we're not doing this. We're not weeble wobbling. We are keeping our knees soft, because if your knees are locked out, you can't do this at all. Okay, so keep those knees relaxed, and we're going to go hip to armpit, hip to armpit. So yay, it's a little Lifepro party happening, right? Okay, so now once we get that, we are going to bring belly to ribs. Okay, belly to ribs, belly to chest. We're going to circle hip to armpit, circle back, all the way around. So it's a pelvic hula hoop. Okay, so we're using our hips, going around in circles. Our body loves this. We just don't do it, right? Never too old to do this. And the more that you do this as you get older, the better your legs are going to be balanced, which means you're not as likely to take a fall. Once you take a fall, you're in trouble, okay? So hip circles, pelvic circles. So we're drawing circles with our pelvis, okay? Around and around and around we go. Now, what's the difference between that and using our belly button? Well, belly button is different than our hips. Belly button is higher, okay? So belly button, I'm focusing more on my belly button drawing the circle than hips drawing the circle. So there's hips, here's belly button, okay? I know, you don't have to do it perfect, you just have to get moving. That's all that matters. Now, if we are using our booty to draw the circle, you're actually moving your whole body as an entire lever. So it's almost like, again, weeble wobble. But we are not hurting our knees by doing this, because we're letting our feet move too, and we're letting our shoulders move. And then if you want to get all freestyle, then we can have a little fun with separating and freestyle, okay? If you have trouble with any of that, just play with it, because it's so much more fun when we just play. We don't have to get it all right. If you want to put your hands on your knees, tummy tuck in, butt crack out, tail up high. So belly button in, tucking your tail down, tail up, tail down, tail up, tail down, okay? So we are working on loosening up our low back, SI joint, hips. Just, you can even round all the way to the shoulders if you want to. And then get a little saddle back going. Round it out, tuck it under. Round it out, tuck it under, okay? And then again, we can turn that into a little roll. So round and around we go one way, round and around we go the other way. You're never too old to do that. Now you can pretend like you're in your teens again. Okay, getting on the platform, we're going to use our bands, we're going to use the ball, we're going to squeeze and hold, and we're actually going to try and squeeze and hold different positions. So let's have some fun. And if you don't get it right, it's okay. Come back, repeat it again, because we're going to upload it and save it, and it'll be available forever. It's good stuff. All right, starting on the little one. Get my tools here. And our new one turns on best if you have the remote. So rowing on. And if you have the Vibra voice, the voice activated one, I'm going to do the P5, which is the weight loss program. P5. Hi, Lifepro. We got to make sure the voice activating is on. Hi, Lifepro. She does not want to work today. Yeah. P5. And we are starting. Okay, so what I want you to do is let's just start, squishy ball in hand. Let's just start with getting comfortable with getting in what we call a squeeze and hold position. So all I want you to do is just squeeze and hold your ball. So we're just compressing the ball, okay? Just compressing. Let me move you guys a little forward so you can see a little bit better. Make sure you got your water. Okay, so squeeze and hold, and I'm just standing here and absorbing the energy, but I'm squeezing and holding this ball. I don't care if it's up high, if it's down low, off to the side, just have fun. Squeeze the ball. We're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Nice job. Let's add a little pulse. So now we're pulsing. Just squeezing and pulsing the ball. Good. A lot goes on when we're squeezing and pressing. Okay, nice. Now, what I want you to do now, take the ball, put it in between your knees, and I just want you to squeeze and hold, okay? Just squeeze and hold that ball like you're gonna pop it. I've never had anybody pop my ball. So squeeze and hold. Yep, you're gonna feel a lot of things starting to work. You're gonna feel some burning. Burning means that things are adapting. We're developing resistance to overcoming gravity, which is awesome. That's how we end up getting stronger. So squeeze that ball as tight as you can. You're gonna feel your booty. You're gonna feel your hips, feeling our thighs and our knees. It's a great, great feeling. Now, while we are squeezing that ball, like we're gonna pop it, I want you to pulse 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Good. Now let's move the ball up higher into your thighs. So away from your knees, higher towards your center, okay? Let's squeeze like we're gonna pop that ball. You can get into a squat or you can stand nice and tall. Squeeze like we're gonna pop it. Oh, we can feel this. Amber's feeling this all the way up in my chest, into my neck. It's a beautiful feeling, okay? And while you're squeezing and holding, I want your arms to be flowing. Flowing those arms. Squeeze and hold, pop the ball. Flowing arms. Good, flow arms in the front. Flowing arms in the front. Good, now squeeze the ball 5 times. Squeeze 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Now, roll the shoulders. This is total body, so we're squeezing, getting isometric contraction with our entire lower body, and we're rolling and getting mobilization in our shoulders, in our chest, and in our ribs, okay? Now, we're gonna go shoulder rolls forward while we're squeezing to pop that ball. Don't let Amber take your ball away from you. Good. All right, now, we're gonna move that ball about mid-thigh, somewhere between your knees and somewhere between your crotch. So somewhere across your knees, I don't care where, just find a spot, squeeze that ball, you're gonna pop it, get into a little bit of a squat, and let's get those arms overhead and start swimming. Squeezing to pop the ball, standing or squat, your choice. Trying to really get those arms up and over, up and over, up and over. Good, now let's go backwards. Now we're swimming backwards. And feel free to open your chest, open up your ribs, because most people are just wanting to move through the shoulders. I want you to move so that if you have something written on your chest, like I do with Lifepro, we're moving so that the word is looking around the room. We're looking around the room with our chest. Okay, now give me a little shaky, 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 shaky. Shake out those arms. Draw big, big circles, big rainbows and circles with those arms. Good, shaky, shaky. All right, from here, we're gonna squeeze that ball and we're gonna squat at the same time. So we're gonna squeeze like we're gonna pop it. We're gonna drop down. Give me a little patty, patty, pat on the knees. Good, rise on up. Squeeze that ball really tight. Patty, patty, patty on those legs. Good. Have a seat. Drop it down like it's hot. I want you to squeeze like you're going to pop that ball. Squeeze and pop. Give it a little patty pat. All over. Oh, our connective tissue, our fascia loves this. And guess what? We are exciting the hyaluronin and the water that is holding our body together, and it loves it. Okay, so patty, patty, patty. Give it a little patty, patty, patty up top. Keep squeezing that ball. I know, 30-second hold, right? Or longer. Patty, patty, patty. Now pat all the way through. Patty all the way through. Feel free to squat and stand. Patty, patty, patty. Now you're awake, right? And you're exercising, and you're working on resistance, and we're igniting the entire body. It's awesome. Okay, now, right here. Let's give you 10 pulses. So 10. Squeeze that ball like you're gonna pop it. Several times. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. Good, good, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now what I want you to do now is we're gonna squeeze the ball, go down squeezing the ball to your knees. So I want you to squeeze just using your knees and your thighs, okay? And as we're doing this, I want you to draw big circles with your upper body. Drawing big circles with your upper body. It doesn't have to be big circles. You can if you want to. Think about creating as big of a circle as you can using your ribs, using your shoulders, using your waist, just creating that tunnel while we're squeezing that ball. Good. Okay, now, what I want you to do is tilt those hips forward while you're squeezing the ball, because guess what? You don't have to move your knees in order to do this exercise. It's just strictly in the hips. So squeeze, cheeks tight, bring those hips forward, squeeze and sit back. So booty is pointing way behind me. Woo, check it out, check it out. Squeeze and push forward. So when we're standing forward, we are clenching our butt cheeks as if we are holding a $100 bill or we're about ready to get whacked, right? So squeeze tight and then sit it on back. Squeeze tight and stand and sit it on back. Working on mobilizing our hips because we're meant to be able to do this while strengthening through the isometric contraction at the same time. Double whammy, good stuff. Good. All right, now take one hand, reach across to the shin. So now we're getting some rotation in. While we're squeezing that ball, don't forget to squeeze. If you're having trouble holding the ball between your knees, take it right back up to the top. I don't care. But reach up to the corner and connect through a diagonal. So reach across. We are supposed to be able to do this. If you have had a spinal injury and you've been told not to bend and twist or they told you wrong, you are meant to be able to do this. And the less you do this, the more hip pain you're going to have, the more likely you're going to fall. So reach and rotate. Reach and rotate. Good, let's go other side. Reach up, rotate across. Squeeze that ball so that your legs are firing, getting stronger. It's good stuff. Doing good, doing good. I'd like to hear from you all. How are you feeling on this? Do we like the program? Do we not like the program? Where are you feeling it most? Are you feeling it in your thighs? Are you feeling it in your back? Are you feeling it in your butt? Feeling it in your shoulders? Some of you might not be able to lift your arms up overhead. You need to be able to do that. Okay, nice. Now, arms are on a T, okay? Straight line across. Keep squeezing that ball. And let's rotate side to side. Guess what? Your body's meant to do this too. We are stabilizing your lumbar spine and your sacrum by squeezing the ball so that we can twist and shout and rotate. Twist and shout, right? Okay, so we're just twisting and rotating. I'm starting to get sweaty. Heart rate is up. Doesn't take much. Not with the vibration plates activating so much. Good. Now we're gonna go up, draw a bunch of swirls. Lots of zigzags. Squeeze that ball and swirl yourself around the room. No fancy pattern. Just swirl and draw lots and lots of fun things like figure eights if you want figure eights, circles. Okay, I want your arms moving while you're squeezing that ball. Good. Okay, pause. Now from here, shaky, shaky, wakey, wakey. Time to enjoy this wonderful day. Maybe you're at the end of your day. Shaky, shaky, wakey, wakey. Time to put it to bed. Either way, we are reducing swelling, reducing inflammation, reducing stress hormones. Okay, give a little patty pat. Little patty pat. All the way down to your shins. Exciting things. Waking everything up that's been asleep all day or been asleep all night. Now, I'm not telling you to beat the crap out of yourself. Just shake it up. Give a little booty pat. Back with your legs. Good. All right. That was our first 10 minutes. Woo! We are happy. Good stuff. Okay. Round number 2. Squishy ball goes away and bands come into place. So grab your hip circle, booty band, or your mini loop bands that you might have gotten with your product. And we're going to do it on the big dog, on the Rumble X Plus. I'm going to move this one out of the way so I got some room. We're going to do 5 minutes standing, 5 minutes sitting, okay? And I'm actually going to sit on top. And if you have a mat that you want to lay on top of your platform so that you don't turn it off by accident when you make contact, please feel free to do that. We're going to start standing, we're going to end sitting. And then the last 10 minutes is going to be using our abdomen, our deep core muscles, engaging, activating, stabilizing, holding. Fun program. Okay, here we go. So go ahead and get that loopy loop on. You can put the loopy loop on up top. If you feel better putting loopy loop around your legs at the bottom, you can. 1 foot in at a time so that we're not in a rush. Got to wiggle to get it on. Oh, that's good stuff. So before we were compressing, okay? When we compress, so if my legs are coming out here, if I'm here, when I go to compress the ball, we actually open up the SI joint. Now I'm going to open up the legs by spreading apart instead of compressing. So now we're opening up here, which allows this to become more stable, this to be a little looser. So we're working both angles, okay? All right, P2 program for me. You pick whatever you want. Getting on board, going for a ride. Okay, starting with my legs shoulder width apart. So those of you that have a smaller unit, just keep your feet, wherever you're comfortable, keep your feet underneath of you. So in other words, you don't have to be super wide, but we don't want to be like really tight, okay? So keep those legs loose and underneath of you, okay? I want you to find your hands to your knees. So if you want to bend forward, you can do that. Rip that band apart and bring it back in. Rip it apart, bring it back in. Let's do 10 of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, there's 5. Last one right here. Hold open. Hold. Yep. We're burning. Good stuff. All right. Go ahead and rise tall. Take one little baby step out. Just one little baby step. Drop back down onto those knees. All I want you to do is just hold this open. Tuck your tushy under. So bringing tummy and ribs together. So closing off the front. Sticking your booty back, tucking under, but we're keeping our legs open, trying to rip that band apart. I'm going to stand sideways so you guys can see. Oops, hold up here. There we go. I was a little out of control of my machine. Good stuff. Okay, so booty is back, sticking my booty out, and I'm keeping this held. So just hold your legs open, rip that band apart, tuck your tushy under. Tushy tail under, tummy comes to chest. Butt goes way out, trying to catch a quarter on your back. Little saddle back. Tuck it under. Open it up. Tuck it under. Okay, now go ahead and rise. Bring that band down just a little bit, more closer to your knees if you want to try and switch this up a little bit. Drop into that squat. Rip the band apart, okay? All I want you to do is round your back, round your shoulders. Get your chest nice and tall. Open up your arms. Okay. Round out. Open in. Round it out. Open in. I'm still staying with my booty back. I'm just moving my upper body. Oh, there's the burn. Yep, we're burning. Okay, good. Round and under. Now from here, let's go ahead and rise up. Good. Give a little shaky, shaky. Okay, all right. From here, what I want you to do, going back face to you. A lot of power on this. Okay, we are going to just stand. If you're on a smaller platform, you can step off if you need to, or just go to the very edge. But I want you to step a little wider apart, and I want you to lean all of your weight just to one side, trying to rip that band apart, okay? We're gonna reach for the ground, come up. Reach for the ground, come up. My legs are not changing. They're holding that band open. We're getting that isometric firing to one side. And again, if you want to guarantee that you're there, get one leg off and just reach, okay? One leg off and just reach. You can do that. If your plate's not big enough, then reach down. Woo, that booty on fire. Nice work. Good. Okay, let's switch sides. So we're going to shift all of our weight to the other side. Hold that there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take that hand, slide it down to the shin. Come back up. Nice and tall. Drop it down to the shin. Nice and tall. Stand it up. Try to rip that band apart. Good. And again, if you need to exaggerate this a little bit so you get more impact, take one foot off, leave one foot on. Reach for the ground. Come back up. Reach for the ground. Come back up. My legs are still ripping that band apart. So you're getting that isometric contraction. Woo, baby. Booty on fire. Good stuff. Reaching down and coming up. 5. Here's 4. Here's 3. 2 more. Nice work. All right, coming back up. Okay, from here, hands on those knees, just in and out. Rip the band apart, in and out. Last 30 seconds, then we're taking this to using our arms in a seated position. There we go. Rip the band apart, open it up. Yep. Good, stand a little taller, in and out. Keeping that tummy nice and excited. Okay, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Give a little patty pat. Body loves pats. Loves pats. Good. Reach down to the ground. Raise tall. 5, 4. Here's 3, 2. One more. You got this. Yeah. Boop. Good. All right. Now, let's work circles. I lied. We're going to do circles really quick, and then we're sitting down. Circle one way. Let's reverse it and circle the other way. Meanwhile, my legs are doing a resistance exercise, trying to rip that band apart. So we're actively firing all those muscles the best way we can get strong without crushing our joints. We're lubricating everything all at the same time. It's like really good stuff, right? Going the other way. Nice and flowy. Good. And done. Okay, keep that booty band on. Let's have a seat. I'm going to bring you down to my level because I like to see everybody down low and up front as my machine takes away on its own. Okay, almost there. Hang tight. So much power in that machine. Okay, what I want you to do is we are opening those legs up and keeping them open. Choose your lightest mini loop band. Guess what? We're going to put that around the wrist. Want to make a fist, you can, but we're just going to hold. And if you want to hold your arms in place and fan your legs open so that you feel like you're getting something more out of this, we're still getting an isometric hold, a firing of our upper body and our chest and stabilizing our back while we are feeling this really big in our lower leg. Okay, staying put. Now we're opening and closing the arms while keeping our legs stable. Nice and stable. Okay, sit nice and tall, be proud. All the way up, all the way down. Keep that leg open. And let's pretend. Okay, let's bring those knees together. That's what it's like to rest. Spread them apart as wide as you can. Drop them together like you're resting. Spread them apart. Now go just part of the distance. There's where I want you to stay. Stay halfway in the middle. And then pulse up top. So open up like, yay! We're clapping with our arms straight. Yay! Good. Now, if the yellow is too easy for you, then upgrade on up to a red, because the red's a little harder than the yellow. So open and close. You can clap it up. Yay! I'm so proud of all of you today for being here. Good. Open and close as we take it up, or you can take it up with the band still. This takes a tremendous amount of strength, my friends. Lots of strength. So don't feel like you're not doing enough, because a little goes a long way. Okay? Let's rotate side to side while we're holding our arms apart. So we want to we don't want the band to be loosey-goosey. We want to create, doesn't have to be stretched to max, just a little loosey-goosey. Okay? Legs are still firing, keeping the band apart. Good. Now, let's say you don't have a hip circle booty band and you just have one of these resistance bands that came with your product. Just put those on around your mid-shin or your ankles and just keep the band apart. It does the same thing. The booty band is a little more powerful, but let's clap it up and let's go one side, back to the other. Opening it up. Woo, my heart rate's up. I can hear the breathing. Good, now let's keep the band open. Thumbs are up for thumbs up. Yay, we're proud of ourselves. We're rotating each side. Nice and easy, nice and controlled. If you can't move at my pace, you can go sloth speed, which is actually harder, by the way. Sloth speed is harder. And if that's too hard on you, you're gonna bring your hands closer, elbows out, and just create space with your elbows. We're doing the exact same thing. We're opening up each side. We're like, got the binoculars on, looking at the neighbors. Like, what are they doing over there on that fun-looking machine? They're shaky, shaky, jiggling out the junk in the trunk. It's good stuff, right? So we're keeping those arms wide open. Good. Now take them open all the way out. And bend. Very good. All right, arms go up. Lift nice and tall. Clap, yay, we made it. And if you can't get there, it's okay. If you can only clap one side, it's okay. Let the other side be lazy. Good, bring those arms back down. Good, now hold those hands on those knees and just enjoy this position because you've earned it. Enjoy the position. If you want to pick up those feet and go for a little more of a ride, this takes a lot more core, a lot more energy, and a lot more balance. If you want to just pick up one foot and hold, that takes a tremendous amount of pelvic floor and a lot of abdomen work as well, okay? So we can just have hands on our knees with the resistance band stretched. And even though it doesn't feel like we're working as hard as if we're out here doing the same marching pattern, this still takes a lot of effort. One of the hardest exercises that we teach professional athletes in order to maximize their power. Okay? Nice work. Good. Now, let's bring those feet closer to you. And I want you to sit forward more, okay? Sit forward more. Get those arms up and back down. Arms are up, arms back down. And again, if you can't do this, then let's just hold with this band on. Let's go arms up and arms down. Or let's go sideways, side to side, but I'm still firing those lower muscles. Good. We can go hands on our knees. We can march with the band on. This is getting I'm going to be straight up and honest. Our crotch is one of the most powerful, strongest parts of the body that we need, that we are typically not strong at all. So if you are wanting to enhance your libido, your sexual opportunities, if you're wanting to work on potty continence, or if you have incontinence, if you're wanting to work on balance, just walking and stabilizing on one leg at a time. If you're not strong here in your pelvic floor, where the groin is, you are working so much harder, because that needs to be one of the most powerful, strongest parts of the entire body. And most everybody that I meet who is in any kind of pain whatsoever, they've never known how to use those muscles. So that's kind of where we're going. I will show you a picture of what that looks like because it can be really confusing to a lot of you. And if you have never heard of the pelvic floor, it truly is the really important part of our body, especially the older that we get, because if it's harder to hold your urine, or if you are squirting a little bit more, if you can't make it to the toilet and you don't make it past that safety fart that we all try to do when we are thinking that we have to use the potty or might have gas, but you try the safety fart and it's really not what you think it is. This is our pelvic floor, okay? So those are the muscles that make up the center of our pelvis. Energy enters through our leg, through that ring, vibrating off of those muscles, up and down. That's what the core actually is, up and down. And then it goes on out through our hands, arms, neck, shoulders, wherever it goes. So if those muscles are not working, oh, and by the way, piriformis, so if you've got sciatica, pelvic floor is a lot of times the problem. Those muscles not working. And just using the vibration plate can jumpstart those to work again. When we put it all together, this is our core power vacuum. This is what we're trying to get stronger at, because if you're strong here, you don't have to worry about falling. You don't have to worry about reaching for stuff. If this is working really, really well, you're in good shape. If this is not working much at all, with most people it's not, you are at a much higher risk of falling. You're at a much higher risk of not being able to use the bathroom when you want to, and you are definitely not going to enjoy adulting activities if you're into that. But pelvic floor is a very, very powerful part. And that's how I got involved with Lifepro, was my pelvic floor would not fire. It would not work, like dead car battery. After I had a total hysterectomy, they remove a lot of stuff. And the first thing that the brain does is shuts that highway off to that pelvic area, and it does not turn it back on until you figure out how to turn on. Turns out that that's a set of jumper cables for the dead car battery. So we're going to go back into calming mode. So if you're on the Rumble X series, I want you to choose P1 or P3 or go into manual mode on a low level of speed, like a speed of 20 or less, regardless of what motors you want to turn on, I don't care. And if you're on one of our other units, turn it on to a lower preset program. We're just going to work on stabilizing our core, breathing, and just really kind of relaxing and vibing. So this is the best part of the workout, the aftermath. Okay, so I'm going to go P3 is what I'm personally going to do. And you're not going to feel like much. It still works though. So all I want you to do is we're going to try and lean back. It's working. Okay. Okay, I lied. What you're hearing there, that is pulsation. So pulsation is going to be a little louder. So I'm going to go manual mode, and I want the oscillation and lateral. So I'm going to choose my manual mode operation and get those two motors lit up. So on the Rumble X Plus, it's going to be the arrows going sideways and the arrows going up and down. If you have a Hovert, a turbo, one of the waivers, choose a like P4, P5 program, okay? And so we're going to go there. I'm going to go up to a speed of, oh, so much better. I'm going to go up to a speed of about 20. And we're just going to do this next series at the same speed because I'm just trying to fine tune the core. So we're going to go back and we're just letting, if you've got sciatica, this is going to feel good. Just let your legs open up because our hips are meant to do this, by the way. But what I want you to do is open up your chest, open up your ribs, tilt back your head. Enjoy the ride. Good stuff. All right. If you want to challenge yourself, take one hand up and reach for the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Open up those ribs. Open up that chest and reach as high as you possibly can. Because our connective tissue, our fascia, creates a really long tension line from our fingertips to our toes. We want to be able to open that up. Bring that hand back down. If you can't get into this position, it's okay. If you can't get in that position, go hands on knees, open up chest, lift your head up, and open your mouth because your tongue is connected to your crotch. Believe it or not, it's connected. And give yourself a little hum. because it's really good for your vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is really happy. You get younger if vagus nerve is happy. Okay, so we're leaning back. Okay, feet are together, knees are open, so that we're creating this big fan on our big booty complex here, and it's getting vibration, which helps with sciatica and piriformis tightness. Okay. All right, we're gonna reach up. Oh, we already did that hand. Let's reach up and open up your sky, open up to your chest, and enjoy looking back, sticking out your tongue. Right? You guys think I'm crazy, but I promise my tongue grew 2 weeks ago. Good. Now, from here, if you need to hold on back on the backside, I want you to reach up and around. Take it back up and across. Now, my feet are still together. If this bothers your hips, take your knees out in front of you, feet out in front of you. Reach up, rotate, and look over your shoulder as you reach across. Up and over. Up, over. Reach up and over. Nice job. Now, if we want to make this harder, if you really want to feel more core, we're going to get that squishy ball back involved. We're going to squeeze that ball, and we're going to pick up our feet, okay? And then we're going to take those hands up, and then we're going to lift and rock forward. Lean back, get your balance. Pick those feet up while you're squeezing that ball. Life is awesome there. Reach for the sky, okay? We're doing a lot of really cool stuff here. Lift nice and tall. Squeeze. Lift nice and tall. Good job. Now, from here, we're going to lean back just a little bit. Hands can go on your platform if you want to. Squeeze and pulse that ball in that seated position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let those legs come up. You can put your hands on your knees if you need to. Squeeze that ball like you're going to pop it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Now, because we have been working this low back really hard, let those legs go out in front of you. You're going to sit back a little bit, which, oh, by the way, really tickles that pelvic floor. Take your ball, roll it away from you. Roll away and reach. Enjoy the ride. Feels really good on your booty. Feels really good on your back. Again, getting your body moving is the secret sauce to getting younger, okay? Reaching forward, roll the ball, reach, 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 breathe. Roll the ball back, reach for the sky. Now, roll that ball out and roll it to one foot. So we're rolling and reaching towards one of our feet. Good. Roll back to the center, to the other side. Roll into the other foot. Roll on back. Reach for the sky. Draw a big rainbow, one side to the other. Let your body move with you, okay? It's okay if you lose your balance a little bit, but I want you to get that ball up and over your head to the other side. Up and over. Good. If you have frozen shoulder, if you have shoulder pain, I see this all the time. People are afraid to move if they have a sore shoulder. Get that shoulder moving. It is not going to hurt you if you get that shoulder moving. If you feel popping and ripping, like if you can feel things snap, crackling, and popping, you want that to happen because your shoulder is gunked like glue together. It's like adhered together, and that's what frozen shoulder is. It's capsulitis that just becomes like really stuck and glued together, and it's going to hurt at first, but even if you can only get the shoulder moving to here, that's better than not moving at all, okay? So I want you to get those arms moving up and over. However you want to get there, I don't care. You can go up and around and over if you want to. But I want you to get your middle part of your body opening up. I want you to use your abs in order to stay seated with your legs out in front of you. And we're just going side to side. If you want to make this a little harder, sit that booty forward, lean back a little bit more, okay? And if you want to go this way, just keep, so we're not slumping, we're keeping our chest lifted, okay? As we are going side to side. My feet are staying glued to the floor. When we go to here, this is where we put a tremendous amount of stress on our lumbar spine. So keep your feet loaded onto the ground because you're drawing energy from your foot to your crotch. Good stuff. All right, nice job. Okay, now we're going to take a break here. What I want you to work on now, I'm going to turn and face you. Got lots of power. Again, I'm on the same speed, 2 motors running. Okay, I don't care how you sit. You can sit crisscross applesauce. You can sit with your legs out in front of you. You can go straddle, whatever works for you. Okay, all I want you to do is we're going to go hands up together. Bring those palms into your heart. Okay, and we're going to draw circles. Drawing circles. And again, we can go out here if you want to. I don't care. Wherever you are most comfortable with whatever your joints want to do today. But palms together. Breathing in. Blowing out long. Nice job. Okay, arms top together. Instead of going palms together, we're going fingers together. Bring it on through, okay? Side to side. Just kind of drawing rainbows with your shoulders, side to side. And then watch this. We're going to go from here to flip. Going to a flip. We don't want to be up here. We want to be down at the heart, okay? We're going to rotate side to side, thinking bringing elbows to knees. If you want to bring elbows to knees, you can. Good. Awesome job. Okay, shaky, shaky out. Now, let's take it to the floor. If you have pads or mat that you can get in contact with the floor, let's go there. Because all I want you to do is just really enjoy how this feels. Oh my gosh, we have worked hard. We've done great things. I'm going to go sideways again so you can watch my torso, so you know where my body is positioned. Okay, so all I want you to do is just be kind of like slumped, like round out your back and just enjoy this. Keep your arms straight, lock them out if you can. You can actually lock your arms out for this. And it is just going to relax you. Make sure you're breathing in, blowing out long. I'm dealing with a sinus infection, so I'm taking medicine, and it is really hard to breathe at night because I'm coughing up gunk. But what's really cool about this is if you're on to the seasonal allergies, or if you have been sick, the machine will shake the gunk out of your lungs and allow you to heal and recover faster. So we're going to round our back and tuck our tail under, and we're going to stick our booty back like we can saddle up and go for a ride. Round it out. Drop it forward, saddle back ride. Now, you're going to laugh at me, but I want you to imagine that you're a happy dog, okay? Happy dog wags its tail. Happy dog wags its tail. So how do we do that? We're going to bring hip to elbow, hand back down, hip to elbow, hand back down. So hip to elbow. So we're trying to touch that hip to our elbow. I don't care how you get there. Just figure out a way to touch your hip and your elbow together. Now we're going to do it multiple times on the other side. Hip to elbow. However you want to sit with your feet, I don't care. I keep my big toe in contact with the ground. So swinging it, elbow to hip. Now we're going to go side to side, like doggy tail, waggle, back and forth. Wagging our tail like a dog. And if you're wagging your tail, you're wagging your shoulders too. Now let's tuck that tail under, waggy, waggy. Tail up, waggy, waggy. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle goes a long way. Round out that back, sit back just a little bit. Roll it forward. Waggle, waggle. Good. Round it out. Sit back on those heels a little bit, if you can get there with your knees. And come back up and out. Sit up nice and easy. Push those hips forward. Open that chest up. Give me a nice long ha breath. Deep breath in. Turn and face Amber. Wave to the show. Deep breath in. Turn the other way. Wave to an imaginary friend or a picture on the wall. Deep breath in. Back to you, right? Awesome. All right. I want to say thank you all today. Whew, I got a sweat going on. Whew, that was good stuff. Now, if you are watching and you go to look at these videos, it's going to look like this video is like an hour and 15 minutes long because we went through the whole tutorial before we got started. I like to make sure that people who are watching are understanding why I'm choosing to do the exercises that I'm doing, and I'm not just following something that I found in a magazine. I've been a strength coach since 2002. I've got a 4-year college degree from Purdue in kinesiology and sports medicine. So I've been a sports medicine practitioner since 2002 and have been a strength coach just as long and got over 20 different certifications in multiple different things. So I like to make sure that you all understand why I am choosing to help different things that I see all the time in my clinical practice. I specialize in pain relief. So people who come in with back pain, with hip pain, shoulder issues, like can't move their shoulder, they got a kinked up neck, foot pain, like their bottom of their feet kill them all the time. I specialize in that with a 90% success rate of instant pain relief in 1 to 3 appointments, 90% of the time. And so I see people just as they need me, but everything that I share is done with intention to helping you live your best life and feel at your absolute best. The only way that you're going to understand why it matters to you is if you understand why I'm coming up with the opportunities, because I'm sharing the science and the anatomy with you. Many of you don't understand anatomy or medical terms or all the chemical processes, and your doctors and your practitioners are not telling it to you either. So you're going to Dr. Google, which teaches you a lot of nothing and a lot of fear. So I just want to make sure that you understand why we are choosing to do some of the things we do. And more importantly, there is no right or wrong way to get into a squat, to get into a lunge when you are trying to just live a better quality of life. If we're loading 200 or 300 pounds on a bar, yes, there is a very specific way that you should be squatting, lunging, hinging, deadlifting, all that good stuff. But when it comes to just being free and you are in your middle years, let's say 30 on up to 90, and you just want to walk around and feel good and not fall, it does not matter how you sit on the toilet. It does not matter how you reach down to get something out of your cabinet. But I can guarantee you that you're squatting when you're sitting on the toilet, you are lunging when you reach down to get something out of the cabinet, and you are pushing the shopping cart through the store, and you are pulling things off the ground when you're rearranging your living room or whatever it is that you like to do. So don't get caught up in what you shouldn't be doing with rotation and motion, because our body is meant to flow freely with spirals and circles, okay? So I want you to not be afraid to move. In fact, I like to see how much you can move, and if we can like spontaneously be like having a little wiggle party, right? As far as some of my tools and resources, yes, so somebody is asking, will this be reloaded? Absolutely. It is being recorded live right now, and it will be known, you can find it on our VIP Facebook page. You can find it on the regular Facebook page for Lifepro, and you can find it on YouTube next week. It will not be uploaded to YouTube today, but if you want to come back to this next week and watch all the videos, all 3 videos we've done this week for the Aging Younger series, then go to YouTube and it should be uploaded there early next week. It is a holiday, and we do like to have fun at Lifepro, so do make sure and give us a little bit of time, but you can always come back to Facebook and click on the video, and remember to fast forward up to about 20 minutes in, and that's when the workout will actually start. But I teach the anatomy, the understanding, why we're doing what we're doing, and how it's going to impact your life for a better life experience. Our squishy ball, I call this the Amber Squishy Ball, but it is not my brand name. This is a Pilates bar ball, B-A-R-R-E ball. Go to Amazon, type in Pilates bar ball, or type in yoga ball 9 inches. This is specifically 9 inches. So $10 is all it costs. It comes in like 10, 12 different fun colors. You can choose whatever color you want. I have it in like 4 or 5 different colors. But it is not my branded ball yet going there though. This booty band hip circle, they call it a hip circle. The man who invented it, originally hip circle, then the knockoffs came out as booty band or glute resistance band, but this is known as the slingshot, S-L-I-N-G-S-H-O-T, just like it sounds, a little slingshot, and you can get that on Amazon as well. It is made by Mark Bell, M-A-R-K-B-E-L-L, slingshot, or hip circle. Slingshot. These bands come with your vibration plate, except for the VibraVoice. The new voice-activated vibration plate does not come with the mini loop bands because we don't want you to work out hard on it. We just want you to enjoy the ride because it's a different type of vibration. It goes up and down instead of wiggle side to side. So these, if you have another one of our vibration plates If you're just getting started, okay, let me give you some advice because I've been with the company since 2018. If you're just getting started and you do not have a vibration plate, then get yourself, my favorite, the more motors you have, the more results you're going to get with less effort and less time. So if you're going with the basic model, which is our waiver, it is our #1 seller because it is simple and it is smaller. The waiver, you're not going to get the same results as you do with the Rumble X, which has 3 motors. The more motors that you are able to use, the more excited, the more lubricated, the more happy the body and the joints and our aging process becomes much more comfortable, okay? So if you are just getting started and there's a chance that you are going to want a better plate after you get comfortable, start out with the Rumble X series first, because you don't want to have a bunch of different plates for a bunch of different things when you can have one that does it all. And you can use the Rumble X series the same way as you can use the waiver or the turbo, but you can't do the waiver turbo with all 3 of that. So you can get everything with that, or you can get started with the basics. But if you already have one of those and you want to experience the vertical vibration, it is a totally different type of vibration plate, and doing exercises and workouts on that are much harder to do because it is smaller, it's less stable because it's going up and down as opposed to teeter-tottering or across. So if you want to have a complementary experience where you have this plate for this type of response in the tissue, or you don't want to work out but you just want to shake it up a bit, the Vibra Voice is voice activated. It's really cool how it works, but it is different than what the others are. The others are really good for the workouts and for being mobile and doing step ups and step downs, things like that, and just changing positions. The smaller, more portable Vibra Voice is not meant to be used for a lot of exercise. So if you're just getting started, make sure that you're choosing one of our all-in-one plates, which is the Rumble X series. There's 5 in that series. I have all of them, and the one I have out right now is my favorite. It's the Rumble X Plus. And, get started with one that has a lot of opportunity, because by default, I'm telling you right now, if you don't already have one, you're going to become addicted to it, just like all of us that have had it for several years. And if you haven't had a chance to check out all the other videos on YouTube, I've done over 400 videos for Lifepro in the career that I've been with them. And Roseanne and Debbie have done a lot of videos as well. You can find anything you could possibly need from us on our YouTube channel, which is Lifepro. And go there, subscribe, click, and then you can have the video playlist. If you're just getting started on your vibration plate, if you go to YouTube to our list for Lifepro, you'll find a video on there that's called Getting Started on Any Platform that I've done. Debbie's also specialized in some of that. There's also a 21-day series and a 24-day series, if I remember right. I've done 2 20-day series for vibration plates. How to get started with your vibration plate in 21 days to a better you. And then I've got one that's 3 weeks. It actually might be 21 days. The second series I did is 7 days of vibration with sleep enhancement, 7 days of using your vibration plate in the office setting, and 7 days of using it for fitness improvements. So if you're trying to find varieties of how you can use the vibration plates for benefiting yourself in whatever goal you have, you'll find all of those videos on our Lifepro page with YouTube. And if you're wanting to learn about hip pain, then type in Lifepro Hip Amber or Lifepro Back Amber. I have covered anything pain related, relieving, associated with musculoskeletal joints and the human body for years. So you'll find anything you can possibly need on our YouTube channel. And if you don't find it, then you need to let me know, because we need more of what you're wanting so that we can give you what you come to see us for. So have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. And if you're watching today for the first time, go back to videos 1 and 2 of Aging Younger. There's lots of Aging Younger videos that I've done, but go back and learn, because working smarter and working less intense with the need to enhance your health, reversing osteoporosis, which has been done with Lifepro products. We have the clinical proof and the DEXA scan results to prove that our vibration plates does reverse osteoporosis and put you into remission so that you don't have to worry about falling and brittle bones. But we are here to help you live your absolute best life. And you're not meant to do it alone. You're meant to do it with a group and part of a team. And we love being part of your team. So thanks for watching today, my friends. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.